does Khamzat want to fight 85? They said he already had his eyes on 205.
Right.
I don't know. It was a good
question because it could have been a factor. The fact that he did try to bulk up. He was thinking that he was going to fight Yuri Prohaska for 205.
Yeah. One thing we know for sure is that the buildup to the rematch would be entirely different.
Oh, my God.
And there would be less emotional expenditure out of Khamzat Chimaev. We don't know what type of factor.
Winner by split decision.
Split decision.
48-47, Strickland.
Yeah. One apiece. Hold on.
48-47 for the winner.
Come on.
Split decision.
Oh, did you really? Yeah. Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Perillo just won $940. Sean Strickland just won the middleweight championship off the world. Wow.
He did it! He defeated Khamzat Chimaev when everybody counted him out. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there were a couple of you geniuses out there that were picking Sean Strickland to win the whole time. But in true Strickland fashion, the jabs and the teeps led him to victory over 5 rounds. This was absolute cinema to witness. We're in the best timeline! I could have been sitting here with you guys right now after Khamzat Chimaev laid on Sean Strickland in the grappling for 5 rounds, doing no damage. And I'd have to sit here and call Khamzat Chimaev, I guess he's going to go on and become a GOAT. Now I'm not sure, dude. Sean Strickland put him away by split decision in true Strickland fashion. 3 rounds to 2. I've seen a lot of people out there saying robbery, but let me tell you this. We're going to go through the stats of the fight. I'm going to tell you how I scored it. Strickland won.
Sean Strickland just shocked the entire MMA world. He beat Khamzat Chimaev by decision after 5 rounds of absolute war, and nobody saw this coming.
Okay. Were you surprised that Khamzat stayed on the feet for so long portions of the fight?
No, what was interesting is, when I first started, the first 2 times I saw him fight on Fight Island, he, he used to talk about his stand-up and his team all the time. And I was saying, we haven't seen him stand up and really go toe-to-toe with somebody in a while. But I think, I think he had a rough weight cut.
5 rounds. That's how long Chimaev lasted against the most basic, predictable fighter in the division. The same Chimaev who was supposed to steamroll through Strickland is now walking away with his first career loss.
Is that what you attribute? In the second round, right, he went for a couple of takedowns and looked like he just sort of collapsed on himself. Is that what you attribute that to, maybe the weight cut? And were you impressed with the fact he was able to get himself back into the fight after looking so gassed?
Yeah, listen, he's a tough guy. He's a fucking savage. So I would expect him not to roll over and quit.
Sean Strickland now has wins over Khamzat Chimaev and Israel Adesanya at middleweight, and I think it's kind of wild, right? You look at his style, he's got a quirky style, but he has wins over some of the best in this division's history. Where do you view Sean Strickland at in that division, and how impressed are you that he's been able to beat guys like Khamzat?
Yeah, I mean, you're asking me that because it's incredible. He looks great. He's got an awkward style. He's tough to fight, and another durable, tough.
Even Dana White couldn't believe what he was watching. Chimaev abandoned his wrestling for most of the fight and decided to stand and trade with one of the best pressure fighters at middleweight. That's like choosing to swim with sharks.
But he did get a second win because he shot a takedown and then in the scramble, in the scruffle, in the sprawl, he forced Khamzat to his back. And as a wrestler, you never want to accept that position. And I thought, oh my God, this is it. He's done. He's exhausted. He's going to give up. And Sean maintained top position throughout all the second round, landing some shots. And at the end of the second round, he was exhausted. There was a lot of confusion. He was being very erratic in the corner. As I said earlier, Arman Sarukian had to give him a pep talk and just everyone trying to G him up, right? But to be fair to him, he did show up in the third round. He did dig deep. He did find a second win. However, Sean still won the third round, but he did allow himself to get backed up. What Sean should have done, he was going jabs as always, throwing right hands. Khamzat, every time Sean would throw a jab, both arms would come up. I can't do both because I'm holding a camera, but both arms would come up. That reveals the stomach, the belly. It was right there for a jab, right hand to the midsection. Had he have done that, that would...
But here's where it gets wild. White thinks the brutal weight cut destroyed Chimaev before he even stepped in the cage. His takedown attempts looked sluggish, his cardio was shot, and by round 3 he was already fading.
He did get taken down several times, but he did deserve to win that fight. He is the champion of the world. He apologized to anyone that he might have offended leading up to this fight.
Hey, I just want to apologize. I went too fucking hard. I'll admit it. I should be a better fucking example, but I try to sell these fights for you fuckers.
Which is a smart move of Sean, and to be fair, you're just saying shit leading into a fight. You're just trying to hype it up and say whatever, and Sean Strickland doesn't care if he offends anybody. There was a nice show of class afterwards as well. Khamzat Chimaev actually went up and wrapped the belt around him. Again, top marks for that. A big show of class, but more importantly, taking it like a man. He took it like a man, he wrapped the belt around Sean's waist, and then he left the octagon. As he was walking through the crowd, he took his gloves off and threw them away. I don't think he took his gloves off because he was retiring.
Michael Bisping caught something everyone missed. The moment Strickland got Chimaev's back, you could see the panic in Chimaev's eyes. Wrestlers hate being in that position, and it completely broke his rhythm for the rest of the fight.
You know, I felt like he did everything he could to make sure he was going to win this fight. But Sean Strickland has a way of how he fights with that jab and that cross and circling away. You know, he put, like I said, he gets in a mode where he puts it in drive, and there's no pop, 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 pop. There's no pop. There's no wham. There's just no velocity whatsoever on his combinations. And it's never 1, 2, 3 to the body or 1, 2, 5, 6, 3, 2. It's just jab, jab. It's like jab simulator. Jab, cross, 1, 3, 2, up. It's very, 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 very basic. Nothing special. I mean, he's beaten some of the best strikers in the world. Izzy Adesanya, DDP actually beat him. It's just crazy to me. And then, you know, MMA math does not make sense, right? DDP beats Sean Strickland. Khamzat Chimaev beats DDP, and then Sean Strickland beats...
Bisping also noticed the chaos in Chimaev's corner between rounds. His coaches were desperately trying to wake him up, get some life back into him. Meanwhile, Strickland just kept coming forward like a zombie.
I think he trains too hard. I think he trains too hard. There's a point in time where when you're in shape, it does, you can't get any, you know, your cardio threshold only goes so high, right? So when your cardio, if you're already in shape and you're good to go, your cardio is this high, you can't go any further. You can't, it's just physically, it's impossible. Only you're gonna get is diminishing returns, meaning that I need to be able to pop, 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 pop. I feel a takedown, drive, pop, pop, move. I can do all these hard workouts. I have great condition, but can you perform when things are going away, right?
And get this, after all the trash talk, Strickland actually apologized to Chimaev after the fight. Then Chimaev helped put the belt back on Strickland in the cage. But watch what happened next.
The fight went exactly the way I thought it would. Great fight by Strickland. Like I said, it's so hard to keep that man on the ground. He is incredibly tough to hold down, and he made Khamzat tired, and that's exactly what happened. I knew, and like I said, in the stand-up, he just won't be able to hang with him. So, congratulations. I guess this makes me world champion.
Chimaev ripped his gloves off and threw them down walking through the crowd. Pure frustration. The unbeatable prospect just got outworked by jabs and footwork for 25 minutes straight.
He did it! He defeated Khamzat Chimaev when everybody counted him out. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there were a couple of you geniuses out there that were picking Sean Strickland to win the whole time, but in true Strickland fashion, the jabs and the teeps led him to victory over 5 rounds. This was absolute cinema to witness. We're in the best timeline! I could have been sitting here with you guys right now after Khamzat Chimaev laid on Sean Strickland in the grappling for 5 rounds, doing no damage. And I'd have to sit here and call Khamzat Chimaev, I guess he's going to go on and become a GOAT. Now I'm not sure, dude. Sean Strickland put him away by split decision in true Strickland fashion. 3 rounds to 2. I've seen a lot of people out there saying robbery, but let me tell you this. We're going to go through the stats of the fight. I'm going to tell you how I scored it. Strickland won this.
Demetrius Johnson thinks Chimaev overtrained for this fight. When you're already in elite shape, pushing harder can actually make you weaker. And that's exactly what we saw, a depleted, overtrained fighter who couldn't handle Strickland's pace.
And let me tell you this. Khamzat Chimaev, I'm actually surprised this guy made it to a decision. No respect. Sorry, no respect. Strickland let him go to a decision. No. On a real, I thought he was going to quit after round 2. He genuinely looked like he quit the fight in round 2. Because, dude, 2 of the biggest upsets in UFC history. Oh, yes! Prime Adesanya, prime Chimaev. God, this is such a good outcome for me. I'm really enjoying life now, dude. The state of my mental health entirely relies on UFC results. And this is one of the good ones. I'm good for another...
Dricus du Plessis wasn't surprised at all. He's fought both guys and knew how hard it is to take Strickland down. His balance, his scrambles, his weird defensive style, it's a nightmare for wrestlers who rely on easy takedowns.
This was a monumental win for Sean Strickland. This was an incredible win for Sean Strickland. One that will go down in history as one of the most shocking wins in MMA history for Sean Strickland. And he is just one of these type of fighters. His career has been so odd. He is not as good sometimes as a favorite, especially as champion, as he was as an underdog challenger. Beats Israel Adesanya when no one gives him a chance. Then comes out and beats an even more scary, dangerous, and frightening opponent in Khamzat Chimaev when even less people give him a chance to win. I didn't even pick Sean Strickland to win. I needed to see, to believe that Strickland would do it again. He wins by split decision in what people are calling a rivalry. I should say, it's not people that are, it's very small but very loud portion. Those one-way morality police people that for some reason think that they're the arbiters of everything in MMA. Those people are crying tonight, loudly.
MMA Guru was losing his mind watching this upset unfold. He thought Chimaev would quit by the 2nd round, but somehow survived all 5. This is the kind of shocking result that carries the sport for weeks. So there you have it. The unbeatable prospect got schooled by basic boxing and relentless pressure. This isn't just about one fight. This completely reshapes the middleweight title picture and proves that hype doesn't always translate to results. Who do you think deserves the next shot at Strickland? And was this really an upset or just good game planning? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if this breakdown helped you understand what really happened, and subscribe because this division just got turned upside down. But wait, there's more fallout from this fight that nobody's talking about. The betting odds completely flipped during the fight. Strickland opened as a massive underdog, and by round 4, live betting had him as the favorite. That's how dramatically the momentum shifted. What makes this even crazier is that Strickland's game plan was so simple it looked amateur on paper. Jab, move, pressure, repeat. No fancy combinations, no spinning techniques, just fundamentals executed perfectly for 25 minutes. Sometimes the most basic approach is the most effective. Here's the kicker, this loss might actually save Chimaev's career. He was getting so much hype that expectations were becoming impossible to meet. Now he can go back to the drawing board, fix his cardio issues, and come back hungrier than ever without the crushing pressure of being unbeatable. The real winner here might be Robert Whittaker. He's been quietly working his way back up the rankings, and with Chimaev's stock taking a hit, Bobby Knuckles could find himself back in title contention sooner than expected. The middleweight division just opened up in ways nobody predicted. And let's talk about what this means for Strickland's legacy. This wasn't just a title defense, this was a statement. He proved that experience and mental toughness can overcome raw talent and physical advantages. The old-school approach still works in modern MMA, and that's a lesson every young fighter needs to learn.